Wondering what life is really like on Canada's wild and crazy West Coast? This podcast is all about the people, the places, and Vancouver Island time. Together, we'll explore this island paradise, a combination of ocean, city, and country living. We'll meet the fabulous locals such as the Fudge Fairy and the Chicken Lady, who have chosen Victoria and Vancouver Island as their home. And we'll learn what makes this place unique and special to those who live here. And now, your host of Vancouver Island Time, Jane Johnston.
Hi, everybody. It's Jane Johnston from Vancouver Island Time. I'm here with Michelle Davis, who's that girl in Victoria. And we're going to be talking about Estevan Village. So I know you don't live in the area, but you wanted to meet here. Tell me why.
Why? It's very special. Estevan Village is a small block of shops and businesses, and it almost has everything here. And Victoria is really unique because we have little villages dotting all of our different neighborhoods, and this one particularly is special because there's something for everybody here.
So I've come here quite a lot as well. I really like the restaurants around here. Tell me the restaurants that we're looking at. Do you come here, and what's your favorite food?
Oh my gosh. Well, we've been to Padella for dinner. Very nice place to go for evening dinner. It's very comfortable, very casual. The food is always delicious. But I have to say I love the Village for breakfast. That has to be the best place to come for breakfast. Although I shouldn't tell people that because then it'll get too busy. But good breakfast at the Village. They do lunch too. And Crumsby's. If you have kids, you got to go to Crumsby's. I mean, who wouldn't? There's a great play area for the kids to play, and moms can sit down and have their coffee and do their little chatting. And the cupcakes are amazingly delicious. I'll pick them up too for company. Whenever I have company and I need dessert, pick up a whole variety of those little cupcakes in all kinds of different flavors. It's awesome.
They also have gluten-free, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Oh, yeah, they definitely cater to all kinds of different dietary needs, for sure.
Yeah, if you are coming to Victoria, it's actually really easy to, if you have a specialty food request or something, usually they can adapt. What about in terms of the other stores here? So we have the florists.
Yeah, there's Jennings Florist, been around since 1920. It's family owned and operated. They don't just have flowers in that shop. They've got all kinds of fun little goodies in there. So if you need a little gift or something to go along with the flowers, that's the place to go. Very friendly, excellent little florist shop. And some of the other little businesses here, twice as nice. It's a consignment shop, women's consignment shop. Deborah is a new owner there, and she has really narrowed. It's a very... how do I say? She's really selected some excellent items. So when you go in there, she loves linens and cottons and very natural fabrics, and she's quite selective with what she takes in. It's an excellent consignment shop. I love going there. It's fantastic.
It's funny because we're in the high-end area of Victoria and we have a consignment shop, but there are tons all over the city. So do the people who are giving her the clothing, are they all local or do they come from wherever?
That's a good question. I'm not really sure. I imagine that most of the clothing comes from local people who are living here locally, and they pretty much know what she likes. She knows her clients, and people walk in and it's like, coming to see your sister. Hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. I have something for you you're going to love. So she's really got that very neighborly kind of feel. When you go in there, you're going to feel great.
Okay. Yeah. And then we have the jewelry shop.
Yeah, that is another family-owned and operated jeweler. They do custom jewelry. Beautiful, beautiful colored gemstones. They're known for their colored gemstones. They had, at one point, and perhaps they still do, have a fantastic selection. They're well known for them on the West Coast to have a great collection of colored gemstones. And they do beautiful custom work over there. Excellent custom work.
So we're going to tell you a little bit why Michelle knows all about these stores in a bit. But let's keep going. So we have the fish and chip shop.
Oh, yeah, the fish and chips shop, the Galley. Fish and chips, it's been there forever, and it is so popular. They do soft ice cream, too. And if you often come in the summertime on a hot day, it's just packed there with people waiting for their fish and chips. And it's a great opportunity to take the fish and chips and just walk down 2 blocks to the beach and hang out and eat your dinner there. And yeah, fish and chips.
We've come here quite often on a hot day, actually. The beach here is beautiful.
Oh, Willows Beach is fantastic. It's excellent for families because it's a long sandy beach. Lots of driftwood logs you can just, use as a little backing, if you want to sit and read a book. And they have a nice shady park for the kids. There's outdoor washroom facilities. There's a little concession, a cantina there. The Kiwanis Club puts that cantina there, so you can get ice cream and little bits of things to eat, and even tea. I think they even have a little afternoon tea that you can take to the beach. It's pretty cool, and a beautiful big green grass for volleyball or bocce or any kind of lawn activity there. It's a fantastic beach.
Yeah, and actually, they have the Oak Bay Tea Party here in Oak Bay in the spring, which is coming up, I think, in a couple of weeks. So have you been to that?
I have. As a matter of fact, my mother used to live on right on Oak Bay Avenue. It's now called Otavio's. It's a tea shop. My mom lived there. And when the tea party came, they used to dress up. And we used to dress like the Mad Hatter, or my grandmother even dressed like the Rabbit. And we'd sit there and watch the tea party go by. It's fantastic. It's so much fun. And we'd drink tea on the lawn and watch the parade. And then they'd have all these a fair, like what have they got? Rides and games and all kinds of things at the beach.
And fireworks too, right?
Oh yeah, fireworks, music. It's happening. It's fun. It's a great weekend.
So you can park around here and then walk down to the beach and enjoy the festivities, or you can go over to Oak Bay Avenue. Okay, so let's just finish what's going on in this.
Sure. We have Kala Interior Designs. They do interior design, but they also have products that you can just go in and buy. They carry a great selection of even jewelry, locally made jewelry, beautiful jewelry. And they also have art. They actually represent 7 artists that are not necessarily represented in any of the other galleries. So very local and special art opportunities to buy local artists' work.
And then beside that, we have the bungalow.
The bungalow. I love the bungalow. It's my go-to for gifts. They have everything for gifts. You can buy the card there. You can get your gift there. You can get your wrapping there. They have everything for everyone. The really super unique things there. It's definitely my go-to. I love the bungalow. And often when I go to get a gift, I often get myself a gift because how can you resist all the fun stuff in there? It's awesome. Yeah.
Okay, and then beside that is the pharmacy.
Yeah, there's a pharmacy and a hairdresser. And I think there's a gym around the corner and a little grocery store. So, if you're living in this area, and a barber shop, and there's a wool shop for people who want to knit. There's a fantastic little wool shop there. So, it's one of these little villages that just have everything. And something else that's really unique about the villages here in Oak Bay is they have a fantastic art program. So I think it's every year they change out the outdoor art, and they source out artists from across Canada to bring in these outdoor art pieces, and they place them all over the streets. So they're super cool. I mean, I'm looking at one right now. It's like a dog that's running here, and then they've got another little windmill, a metal windmill kind of going here, and all up and down Oak Bay Avenue as well. On the major part of Oak Bay, they have fantastic art. So make sure you're looking around when you're walking and checking out the art.
One of the people that I sold a house to called me up after he took possession. He's like, the weirdest thing happened. I moved here and the mayor came by and wished me a welcome.
That's fantastic.
I don't know if they still do that, but.
Oh, I don't know if they do that either, but that's really awesome. You know what? It's that's very Victoria. To get that kind of an experience here, I think the people are it's an easy lifestyle here, and people are pretty friendly and pretty open to sharing, and yeah.
I can't imagine if I still lived in Toronto, I'd still be wearing a like a hoodie to do an interview with. But it's cold today. I'm actually dressed up.
I know it's unusual, but 2 days ago it was like summer. It was T-shirt weather for sure, but it is spring really. It's not quite summer yet, is it? No.
They were just discussing that, so I think it's going to be nice. We're heading into a long weekend here, so it should be nice. So, what about the garage sale? Tell me about the Oak Bay garage sale.
I'm not familiar with the garage sale.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you about it. So one weekend it's right near the Tea Party. Every spring, they have the Oak Bay garage sale. So they tell everybody to put their stuff out onto the side of the road, and you can go around. And everybody does it the same weekend. It's very coordinated. So, and they also have their own police department, and they have their own fire department. And, you know, I have to tell you, people from Oak Bay don't really tend to move outside of Oak Bay. So they'll move around Oak Bay, but they don't tend to leave. I have shown people properties in View Royal, and when talking to this person, I thought they were, when they talked about where they came from, I had thought they were moving from Montreal. But it turns out they were moving to View Royal, but they hadn't ever heard of it before, because they'd always spent their whole life in Oak Bay, and that's because everything is here, right?
Yes, everything is here. Oak Bay is a charming neighborhood. I mean, all of the streets, they're the tree line, they're just huge trees. It's just very quaint and very comfortable. It's very walkable, and all over Oak Bay. I think Oak Bay probably has the most small little dotted villages and little businesses that just pop up in the middle of nowhere. Than any other community. And we're surrounded by the ocean and the beaches in Oak Bay. It's lots of views. You can go up to Walbran and get a spectacular view of the Olympic Mountains, and it's a great community. Oak Bay is lovely.
Do you ever go to that little plaza where Vanilla is?
I love Vanilla, yes. There's a great plaza there, just not far from here. It's actually a couple of blocks. And there's Pure Vanilla. They have a fantastic bakery and coffee, and there's a grocery store there. There's a wine store. There's a butcher, and it's only a few blocks from here. So, there's lots of opportunity to have a type of a village close to where you live.
Yeah, I like the fact that you can walk everywhere, so everything's within, distance. If you can grow old here in this neighborhood.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can't drive, you could definitely walk everywhere.
There are also private schools here. So there's Glen Lyon Norfolk, which is in South Oak Bay, and then around the corner. Do you know about the schools around here?
Yeah, there's St. Michael's University School, the private school, and Glen Lyon is, beautiful. I mean, oh my gosh, the lower school is right on the beach. Who wouldn't want to go to school with the ocean view? It's a fantastic school. As a matter of fact, the house there was Francis Rattenbury's house originally. And Francis Rattenbury was a famous architect here in Victoria who built the legislative buildings as well as the Empress Hotel. And that was his original home.
Wow. And they also, in terms of school, Willows Elementary is a French immersion school. And then they have Oak Bay, which is known for its sports and academics. And then they have a good rowing program there, too. Ask me how I know that.
How do you know that?
Because I row.
Okay. I shop. No rowing for me, just shopping.
Actually, one of the great things about living in Victoria that I love is the fact that everybody is outdoors all the time. And, there's a whole lifestyle to being here. And just, everyone enjoys the outdoors. It's so easy to get to compared to Toronto, where I grew up.
I have to agree with you. Yeah, it's a very manageable city, and it's the weather is spectacular. I mean, all year round we have green. In the winter, when most of all the country actually is without leaves on the trees, it's green here all the time. And so the air is clean, and we've got the ocean, we've got the beaches, we've got cycling trails. I mean, it's very active lifestyle here in Victoria.
Yeah, I love sending back video of me mowing the lawn in November.
Uh-huh.
and looking at flowers in February. But I have to admit, I do miss the heat of Ontario.
Oh, do you? Oh, I don't. Not at all. This is by far the best place I've ever lived. I've moved around a lot, all over Canada. I've lived all over the U.S., including Hawaii, which was lovely. But I have to say, living here in Victoria, it's got it all for me. It ticks all the boxes. It's beautiful.
Yeah, me too. So we're going to learn more about Michelle and how she knows so much about all the areas and all the shopping, and figure out how you can utilize her if you ever come to Victoria to see what's going on and what's hot in terms of merchandise. We'll be back shortly after this commercial message.
Vancouver Island Time is brought to you by the Briar Hill Group at Remax Camosun, Victoria, where we bring local expertise and global presence to your property.
Hi, everybody. It's Jane Johnson, and we're back again with Michelle Davis, who's thatgirlinvictoria.com. So I love the name. Tell me how it came about and what you do.
Well, I have been a concierge for 12 years. And a couple of years ago, I dropped a few of my properties that I was managing, and I decided I wanted to blog. I thought, I knew everything about Victoria. I'm going to blog. Well, it's okay, but I didn't love my computer quite as much as I love being with people. So I wasn't as successful at being a blogger. And I decided to take it to a different level, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to be a tour guide. And I love shopping, and I really love supporting local and shop local, the whole concept of shopping local. So I put together some tours that include sightseeing and shopping. And I'm becoming a shopping expert in Victoria, knowing where to go and what to do. And when I travel, I really love to do a little shopping and come home with something from all the different places that I go. But it drives me crazy when the concierge sends me to a mall. Where there's, the Gap and all the same H&M and all the stores that, I don't want to shop like that. Why would I want to go to Barcelona and come home with something from H&M? So I like to find the really unique places, small, local kind of experience, and bring a little treasure home that's special.
So you told me earlier you're wearing something local right now. So tell me where you got it.
Oh, yeah. Local. Okay. I've got some beautiful runners on from the Cobbler downtown. Fantastic shoe store downtown. They have all kinds of fashion shoes and I don't even know how. They just have everything there. It's a fantastic shop. And I've got the, what else do I have on here? Oh, Adorn on Oak Bay Avenue. So Adorn is a very casual kind of weekend wear with great style. So the scarf comes from there, and this beautiful necklace comes from there. And there's a great shop downtown called Good Bones for women clothing. So my sweater, that comes from there. And and my beautiful little ring here I got from a little kiosk jeweler at the Hudson. The Hudson Market's a fun place to go, especially on the weekends. But they have lots of local designers, and it's like a market, right? And they have different local small jewelry, independent jewelry designers there.
If you're from Toronto, think, I'm trying to think, down, not Kensington Market. Well, maybe a bit Kensington Market.
Isn't it like on King Street or Queen Street, that little market? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
St. Lawrence Market.
That's right. Yeah, St. Lawrence Market. Or even Vancouver, it would be kind of like Granville Market. Yeah, similar kind of, but on a smaller scale.
Yeah, so they took a heritage building and put in a number of storefronts at the bottom that are all open concept, and then upstairs is residential.
Yeah,
so
the original the Hudson's Bay store. Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful building. Yeah, beautiful building.
So who are your clientele?
Well, mostly in the summer, tourists. So a lot of tourists who want to come and explore Victoria. They want to get a little bit of stories and fun facts about everything that they're seeing, all the major attractions, and get that in, but also include some shopping and maybe some wine tasting or whatever they like. But I also have tours for locals and people who want to find local shops that they don't even know exist. Sometimes as a local, you sort of think, oh gosh, I need a dress, and you just run to the Bay, or You run to sort of the Marshalls or whatever, just because you just know it. But if you get to know your local shops, you'd be surprised at the service you get and the kinds of products that you get that are unique and different. And it really, shopping local is a very important thing for us to do. So even though we're here, we live here, we sometimes don't explore all the areas that we have available to us.
So best shopping areas in Victoria. I'm wondering, is it downtown Victoria? Is it Sydney? Like, Sydney's pretty nice to shop.
Sydney has some fantastic shopping, actually. It's one of my favorite places to shop. Some of my favorite places down there is Water Lily Shoes. Fantastic shoe place right on the water there. And there's a consignment shop, Lilikoi. House of Lilikoi, fantastic consignment shop down there. There's Marmalade Tart. There's Miss. I'm trying to remember.
What do they sell at Marmalade Tart?
Clothing, ladies' clothing. Really fun ladies' clothing. Really great. There's lots of shopping down there. There's shopping for men, kids, books. There's consignment shops. There's new shops. It's beautiful, and it's all right there on the water. And then you can go and have a lovely lunch with the ocean view. It's beautiful.
And what about in downtown Victoria? I know that there are some well-established stores that are nice. There's also like places like Eddie Bauer, but there's also tea shops like Murchie's, and what else?
Yeah, downtown is where there's a lot downtown. I mean, we have all the historical shops like Rogers Chocolates and Murchie's and Old Morris Tobacconist. Great shop for Father's Day coming up. Excellent shop for Father's Day coming up. You can get cigars, Cuban cigars. You can get cigars that Winston Churchill's favorite cigars. I think it's called the Juliet, but you'll have to go ask them for sure. Beautiful store, lots of men's items that they sell there too. But I love Johnson Street, Lower Johnson Street. It's a trendy kind of it's becoming a very popular fashion mecca, and they're calling it Lojo is kind of the trendy name for Lower Johnson, and fantastic clothing stores, all independently owned. And one of my favorite shops on Lower Johnson is John Fluvog. They sell amazing shoes. If any of you know John Fluvog, he has stores around the world. He's a Canadian designer. He has stores around the world, but very selective stores like Barcelona, New York City, Singapore. So to have a Fluvog in Victoria, we're really lucky. And his shoes are
playful.
Oh my gosh. They're like architecturally, I don't even know how to describe them. They're awesomely fun. Yeah, they're beautiful, and they're extremely well made. So very comfortable and very, very well made shoes.
I went shopping there with my husband and kids, and they were like, "Mom, stop trying on the shoes." I'll show you a picture because they're a lot of fun. They're really great. And what you're saying, they're very comfortable, and they don't. I mean, when you're wearing them, I think you can just wear them with a pair of jeans. They look great with whatever, or a beautiful black dress or whatever, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They're a one of a kind. I mean, they are quite special. So you can almost wear them with anything. It's really anything goes, really, with Fluvog shoes. Yeah, for sure. I have 4 pairs now. I'm a Fluvog fan, big fan.
So how do people get in touch with you, and what sort of tours do you offer?
Yeah, my tours are private tours, so I don't load people on a bus. Shopping is kind of a unique experience, and if you have too big of a group, the shopping experience is not really that fun. So I keep my groups to 6. I have a Lincoln Navigator. They're private tours. I don't put a bunch of strangers together. So if your group is up to 6, I can book any time that I'm available. I can do bigger groups, but I need time to organize the transportation and that kind of thing. It takes a little bit more strategy with larger groups to accommodate everybody. But so private tours, and it's all custom. So if you're in town and you want to go out to Butchart Gardens and maybe stop at a couple of vineyards and then come into downtown and experience downtown, or perhaps you've been downtown already staying at a hotel and you want to see something else, Oak Bay is a perfect place to go. We'll drive along the ocean all the way along and see all of the amazing things there. We'll stop at Beacon Hill Park, maybe feed the peacocks, and you'll see the tallest totem pole in the world made out of one single log. It's spectacular. We'll stop at some vistas and maybe even a glass of wine on the marina and feed some seals, and then we can come into Oak Bay, do some shopping. You could even stop and visit the castle and go to Government House and have afternoon tea at Abkhazi Gardens and all kinds of things.
How long, like when people come and tour with you, do they usually just spend a day or do they spend a couple of days?
Yeah, well, I have a 3-hour minimum tour, and sometimes we can fit it in 3 hours. But, to really get the most out of it, it's, a half day, a minute, to really experience it at a nice, comfortable pace. 4 hours, a good tour. But some people will take the whole day and do everything. Depends how much time you have and what it is that you really want to see.
So what's your website and how do people get in touch with you?
Yeah, my website is www, of course we all know thatgirlinvictoria.com, and you can connect with me on my website. Yeah, or give me a call. Stop by the visitor center. I have rock cards there with my phone number, and my number is 250-507-4775. And you can leave a message. If I'm on tour, I won't answer, but other than that, I'm usually free.
So actually, just getting back, do people ever do birthday tours with you?
Oh, a birthday tour. I haven't had a birthday tour yet. No, but that could be fun. We could do, what would we do on a birthday tour?
What, wine tasting?
Oh, wine tasting. And then we could do some shopping in Sydney. We could even do like a picnic on the beach or, wine tasting for sure. You could even do, a divine wine. You can taste wine and you can taste gin. And I got to tell you, the storytelling about the gin, the different kinds, I had no idea there was so much involved in gin and that there was so many different kinds of gin. It was really amazing.
Where was that?
At Divine Wine.
Okay, yeah, my husband's a real gin aficionado.
He'll love that. He'll love that. Yeah, that experience.
We might have the makings of a gincident.
A gincident. I like it. I'm going to use that. Can I steal it?
I stole it from a client.
Oh.
That's how they got twins.
Oh, there you go.
Anyway, so you're getting a good idea that Michelle will be a lot of fun to hang out with for, I was thinking a whole day for one of your tours. I think that would,
Yeah, definitely. There's lots to see in Victoria, so you could definitely do an entire day for sure. And,
Can they, sorry to go back, can they go to your website and pick out a series of tours or something?
Yeah, actually, on my website, I've kind of laid out 3 different tours, but it's just really a suggested idea of a tour, and you can customize anything. When you sign up, I've got a form that pops up, and you just check off all the things that are really interesting to you, all the things that you really want to see, and all the types of shopping that you'd like to do, and then we'll just narrow it down and customize your tour based on all of your interests.
Okay. So, if you're looking for more information on Michelle Davis and her tours, you can go to thatgirlinvictoria.com or you can call her at
250-507-4775.
And if you want more information on the Estevan area, feel free to look at my website at briarhillgroup.com, or you can visit us on Vancouver Island Time. We are on TuneIn, Stitcher, and iTunes, as well as Vancouver Island Time, which is for our vlog, and we're on Facebook at Vancouver Island Time as well. So welcome to the neighborhood of Estevan. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. It's been fun.
And we'll see you soon.
Welcome to the neighborhood. We hope you have had some insight into West Coast living. If you know of someone or someplace that should be highlighted in our podcast, we love to hear from you. Please go to VancouverIslandTime.com and click on our Connect button. See you next week on Vancouver Island Time with Jane Johnston.
Do you feel like you're drowning in administrivia? Do you have a podcast you would like transcribed to repurpose as a blog or even a best-selling book? Rhonda's Virtual Office is the answer to the freedom you crave so you can get busy doing what you love. Let Rhonda's Virtual Office give you the relief you need. Visit rhondasvirtualoffice.com and get some peace of mind today. Rhonda's Virtual Office is the go-to transcription service for EWN Podcast Network.